So, The Walking Dead, episode 6 of season 8, is titled The King, the Widow, and Rick. So, a couple of things. We get to see the kingdom again, and we kind of see Ezekiel in a broken state, and Carol is trying to convince him to be the king again, and he doesn't want to. And they have a nice kind of like building each other up. Like before, if you remember last season, it was a lot of Ezekiel trying to get Carol up and back on the horse. Now it's a bit of a role reversal, so that's nice. I like writing like that where characters help each other the same way. We also have Rick going to the Junkers. And he makes them an offer. He's basically saying, I still want your help in all of this. And what he's been doing secretly is he's been taking Polaroid pictures of their raid on the sanctuary. And he shows it to the Junkers. What's the leader's name? I'm trying to find it here. I know she's got one. But I don't see it. Anyway, woman with the bangs, the one who doesn't really do much as far as talk well. Just uses very minimal words to speak. He's basically saying, hey, you can help us beat the Saviors and still get half of the spoils, or we'll destroy you along with the Saviors. She turns him down and locks him up. That's at the beginning of the episode. Also, she's making sculptures out of junk while only wearing an apron. And I mean only wearing an apron. So...
it's the apocalypse,
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah,
all the vital areas are covered, I guess. So I think that I want to say that's the first scene. We also see a lot of Carl, and now he's befriended this guy in the woods. I can't remember his name either. He's a new character. And he helped him kill some walkers, and he noticed that this guy's killing walkers just cause, like he's actually trapping them and killing them. And he said that the reason why he's doing it is because his mom said that it's like he feels like they're freeing their souls, or his mom felt like it would be freeing their souls. So Rick not Rick. I forgot his name for a second. Coral thinks that's really sweet because, he misses his mom, too. So, I guess they're going to become buddies at this point. Also, Michonne and Rosita. Michonne is still kind of covering from her wounds, because remember, she got the snot kicked out of her during the season finale. She's still kind of recovering, but she goes with Rosita to go and see the sanctuary. She, in Michonne's words, she has like an itch that she's got to scratch. Like she's got to go and make sure that the sanctuary is actually like out of control and there's walkers everywhere. So she goes with Rosita. They go into, at one point, I guess they hear music, and they go into this warehouse where they find two saviors getting speakers and putting them onto the back of a truck. And what the whole thing was is the saviors were going to use that truck to lure the walkers away from the sanctuary. And I want to say Michonne is the one who like accidentally makes some noise, and so there's like a bit of a gunfight and some melee fighting between like Michonne and this one woman. Rosita just straight up kills the dude with a rocket launcher. You remember like what Daryl did with blowing up a group? Same thing, except just doing it to one guy. Like she didn't have a weapon, or I think she lost her gun. So like in this warehouse, she finds a rocket launcher and she's pointing at the guy. He's like, "You're not really gonna fire it," and she just up and fires it and blows him up. It was a great scene. But the girl gets away. She gets into the truck. She's pulling out. And you think, great, they're going to get away, and all of a sudden, Daryl just blindsides the truck with a bigger truck, and stops her. So all three of them go to the sanctuary. They see that it's down and out, and now you think that they're planning on doing something stupid. Also, what we see in the episode is, I mentioned that Maggie has made like a bit of a makeshift prison for the captured saviors that Jesus brought back to the hilltop. And Gregory, of course, does not like the idea. She starts putting the saviors in as prisoners. And then she puts Gregory in with them. And she says this really epic line right before she does it. She says something like, "You know, I used to live on a farm, and I know a thing or two about wolves getting in with a herd." And that's when, like, a couple of the guys start, like, dragging him in, and he's like, "No, what are you doing? He starts, like, crying like a little baby. You find that out that there's this one savior, I think his name is Jared. Oddly enough, he has a name for some reason. He's like got something he's trying to cut his ropes with. And then there's another savior who's not stupid. And like at one point, he basically told Maggie. I think it was Maggie that he told. He's basically saying like, we're not good people. Like, we don't deserve to be prisoners. Like every single one of us has done really horrible things. Just kind of like telling her, like, if I were you, I'd kill all of us. Like, he's just being honest. But the same guy, like, knocked the sharp rock that Jared had in his hands, trying to cut his ropes with, knocked him out of his hands because he, like, tried to make a run for it when they were corralling them in, and, he got knocked out by Maggie. And this dude's just like, "Are you trying to get us in trouble again? Like, basically, like, you keep trying this, they're just going to kill us." So, and Gregory saw that, and he didn't say anything. So, Gregory's probably going to start plotting something again. And at the very end of the episode, you see Rick naked in a one of those big dumpsters. And the head of the Junkers is wearing his boots. So, yeah, it was kind of a, I would say, low-key episode this time around. Some funny things happened. It's nice to see Gregory finally get a little bit of justice coming his way. So, still got 2 more episodes left before the mid-season finale, and I have no idea where they're going to go with it, which is what I like. I like unpredictability.